I'm just getting ready and I'm going to talk with you for a little while. And I'm just going to wait a little bit for you guys to catch up and realize that I'm on. My name is Angie Green, and I am here on my channel. I do painting with fibromyalgia, and I also added fibro blogs and chats with my Facebook group. So I'll talk about that a little bit more later. I'm happy you're here. I know it's late for most of us, but then we do have some followers in Europe. So I'm going to have something to say to them too in a few, just waiting for people to catch up. And then I'll go ahead and say what I wanted to say, and then we'll have time to chat. Hi, Joanne. Nice to have you. And I'm giving a few more people a chance to come on so that we'll be able to all hear and share and get a little bit more out of the chat. Okay. So this is going to actually be part of my Fibro blog. Those have always been recorded, pre recorded. But this time I thought I'd go ahead and do it live. I think we get a lot out of these, more so than I pictured. I get a lot of comments on the Fibro vlogs. So I figured this time we'll have a little bit more chance and opportunity to communicate. Those of you that are still up. And if not, I am going to keep this up. So I'll upload it also on YouTube. And then this way, you'll be able to watch it whenever it's convenient for you. Okay. So welcome. I'm happy you're here. And if there's anyone else, I hope you'll join me too. Typically, because of living in the mountains, there is some going to be some buffering and some slowing down right about now. And then it's going to pick back up again. So hang in there. Don't worry about it. I cannot go to Facebook and say I'm on now because it will add to the buffering if I open up more windows and get online elsewhere. So I'm just going to hope that you guys are able to get it. Hi, Bonnie. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Bonnie and Joanne. So if anyone else is coming on, that'd be good. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and talk and just welcome people as they come on. So you guys be on the lookout for those that are coming on and kind of catch them up. So going back to the beginning, I am going to do my fibro vlog now. I usually do it pre-recorded. I don't know how I'm doing. You might be getting some buffering, but it should be coming back up pretty soon. Okay. Um, this time I was going to talk about smiling or the happy face or the expression I'm fine. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, and then later on, I'm going to talk about the balance side of it. How are you, Joanne? And how are you, Bonnie? Bonnie, I know is going through some pain right now, and is trying to address that. I hope you're doing okay, Joanne. Um, so anyway, it's good to see you. And the things that we talk about, I know your chronic pain is in a different area than mine, Joanne, but pain is pain. So hopefully you could benefit from some of these chats. I'm so glad you found us too. Okay, good. You're doing good. You know what? For the longest, Joanne, I thought your profile picture was you holding a camera. I really did. I didn't know it was a puppy until just recently, like just since we started talking again. So I don't know what that's about, but from a distance, it looks like you holding a camera. It's kind of funny. Do you do photography? It would be interesting if you did. I thought maybe you did, and maybe that's why I stuck a camera there. All right. So the smile, the smiley face, the happy face, the I'm fine. What is that about? And I think it's because we all want to put our best foot forward. We know when we let our hair down that we could be crabby. And we do that around our very, very close people that are very, very close to us. But for the most part, we put on the happy face and so forth. And why is that? I think it's socially acceptable, and it probably would stigmatize us if we actually look like we feel. I mean, it would be kind of scary. Just like I don't jump on here looking like I looked before I got ready to be on here. So I'm going to first talk about smiling and what smiling does for us. So when you smile, there are way more muscles in the face than I knew about. I had a facial massage one time, and I said, "Why did the face massage feel so much better than a whole body massage?" I mean, that really surprised me. And the answer that I received, which I should have known just from anatomy and physiology, which was the first thing that I took for my nursing training, there are more muscles in the face. There's so many muscles in the face that it really does affect us when we smile or when we get a facial massage or anything to do with the face and the facial muscles. So later I started learning that when we smile, it really affects us emotionally. It affects how we're feeling in a very positive way. So smiling can bring us up and our mood up. Hi, Melody. Smiling can bring our mood up, and those who see us, it brings their mood up because it's very contagious. And so, therefore, there is something positive about smiling. It's not always phony or looked at as phony, but it could be phony. And so that's where we have to strike that balance. Something about smiling too actually uplifts our mood. It affects our nervous system because it releases endorphins. So that's something that's kind of new, as far as not everybody knows that, and I didn't know that either. So it releases endorphins, and endorphins are those chemicals that affect our moods and how we feel. So when we get endorphins dumped into our system, natural endorphins, then of course it's going to be a mood elevator. So that's very interesting. So another reason why not to feel guilty. Don't feel guilty if you're smiling, but on the inside, you might be crying because everything in the world tells us that's wrong and that's phony. But guess what? It's not necessarily wrong, even though it might be a little phony. So I just wanted to mention that to you. So I'm excited you're here. And I don't know, just the last second I decided to do this chat live, this Fibro vlog live. So I don't know. I just think I owe that to you guys too. So, and I won't be able to do anything else this week. So I really needed to do it right now, even though it's late. And I also wanted to say, when do you let your hair down? When do you say how you really feel? Well, you say how you really feel when somebody really cares and somebody really wants to know. If you don't, choose your audience. I say choose your audience because your audience might not be all of your Facebook friends. That might not be a good audience because some people are your Facebook friends because they just happen to be there and, come into your life, so to speak, because they saw you were there. And that's about as close as you're going to be ever to some of those people. Um, However, you might have a smaller audience that happen to be on Facebook, and that could be your very close friends, your close family, and not even sometimes all of your family. Those that really care and believe you and want the best for you, that's your audience that you want to choose when to tell how you really feel and let your hair down. Now, I'm telling the whole public, this audience is public. This is a public dialogue, because this is more informational. And the little bit of a sacrifice that I have of saying that I have these things and I experience these things, well, that's not the majority of it. So I'm not being hypocritical when I say choose your audience, because there are those that I talk to that I give a lot more detail as to how I feel. And even then, I don't do it a lot because I have what I was raised with that I have to deal with too, and that is being a private person. So, not private right now. so, um, so we have to be able to balance that out. We have to be able to smile, force ourselves to smile. I'm more of a laugher than I am a smiler, but anyway, if that makes any sense at all. But we have to force ourselves to be able to smile to help ourselves. Smiling can help ourselves and it can help others because it's contagious and it makes them smile. So we have to be able to do that. On the other flip side of that, which I said I was going to get to later, when do you cry? You know? And believe it or not, some of us have to work on crying. Some of us have to work on letting that out. And that also is a release. And that also releases some endorphins, believe it or not. So, when do you do that? I don't know. I think you have to learn how to not fight doing that. If you're always trying to be happy for everyone else, maybe everyone else could see straight through that. So, and who else can you talk to that really cares about you? Well, if you believe in God, like I do, that's someone you can talk to 24/7, and that's someone you can let your hair down with 24/7, and that's someone that you could cry to 24/7, and keep that communication open. So, whatever you believe in, hopefully, you have a spiritual side, because I think that that's part of, this is my opinion, that that's part of how we're made. So, we have to not neglect that either. The physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual as well. So, I wanted to emphasize that. Now that we're deep into this, I want to say something. I want to say to all of my UK friends and family, because I do have some spiritual family in the UK and some artist friends and people in general and people I've never met. I'm very, very sorry for the disaster that I'm learning about today. It's all the time now. Um, I do have hope in this world, but I don't think it's going to come about by accident. I think that this is another spiritual belief of mine that there's going to be a day soon where all of the suffering will come to the end, to an end. This world was not made, we were not made to go through this grief, constant grief. So I look forward to the day when we'll all be able to live on this earth in peace and happiness and no more suffering. And this is what I believe will happen soon. And I hope for that. And I hope for all those families that are grieving. I hope that their suffering lessens as time goes on. And I really pray and hope for those families and friends of those families. I really hope for their peace and their solace. And I'm very, very sorry for what's happened. And I did want to make note of that because we have people that are watching from the UK and some people that I've gotten to know. So my heart goes out to those people. And let's see, anything else I want to talk about? Um, yeah, it's my condolences to all of those people. I have not scripted anything out. I'm just speaking from my heart. So if I sound too preachy, I can't even apologize for sounding too preachy because I'm just sharing who I am. So, um, if you want to, be with me on that, then I'm very happy for that. Okay. Um, as far as the group is concerned, I have an announcement, and that is that I will be doing a collaboration Love Summer Art by CAC Collaboration. That's Creative Arts Collaborations. Boy, I'm using that collaboration a lot. But anyway, so I'm going to be in on that. And so I'm going to be doing it live with you guys. So that's going to be something different. All of the collaborations, the few that I did in the past were pre-recorded videos, but I'm going to do that live too when I get a chance. This week, not going to happen. I somehow accidentally on purpose put all of my 12-hour nights pretty much together, which left me this one night in between to talk to you guys. So so that's the story on that. And then I'm having house guests. So I'm going to my one night off in between, gonna pretend that I'm still on night shift and clean this place up. So let me see. I'm gonna peek and see what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, we have to let the light shine through the darkness. You're right. Um, love you too, Bonnie. I'm glad to hear. I don't want to sound preachy. I don't want to sound dogmatic like everybody's supposed to believe what I believe. I do respect other people and I respect that everyone has their beliefs. But I don't want to keep mine a secret just because there's a variety, of people that listen. Um, so I try to be balanced. I think balance is a very, very key thing to be loving and be balanced, not to be overboard any direction. Okay, so um and let's see what else. What else did I want to say? If you want to get in touch with me or the moderators and you're on the group, please put it in all caps, um, or jump on there if one of us is making a post and ask your question underneath, because on my art fan page, somebody asked me how do they know when I'm going live, and that's something I try to address over and over again. So if you're listening or if you're watching any of my videos, listen all the way to the end, because a lot of times I don't get to a very, very important part until way later in the video. So don't do what people tend to do and just watch the first 5 minutes, because I get to that a lot of times. How to find my um, YouTube page so that you can follow my vlogs, or you could listen to my chats, or you can get my lives. A lot of times I discuss that. I think I discuss it in pretty much all of my videos at some point. So try to watch it through, because then you'll get these announcements like the Love Summer Art Collaboration announcement and so forth and so on. But that's basically it this time. That's what I wanted to talk about, is smiling. I wanted to throw in my condolences to those in Europe, in the UK especially, and I wanted to find out what you guys want to know. Question and answer. So if you have some questions, hopefully I'm not buffering and you don't hear a word I'm saying. But if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. I know it's late. All right, because my chat kind of like my chat's not doing anything. I don't know if yours is. Okay. All right. All right. So if any of you can go to Facebook and say that I'm live now, because I don't want people to not know I'm on and miss it and say, "Oh, I didn't know you were on," because that happens all the time. If you want to, thank you for reminding me to say it. If you want to find me, if you want to know that I'm live, if you subscribe to my channel, hit the little red subscribe, and also there's a little bell next to it. Hit that bell, and then you'll get notification when I'm on. So whenever you're online, you'll get a little message that I'm online. And then some people set it up where it goes to their email. So you could, check your emails and, get my live notifications there too, or that I have a video up on your email too. Yes, if you're following the group, the PWF group, then that's always, we'll throw it on there at least a few minutes before. Sorry, a lot of things that I do is impromptu, just because I have so much going on, and the stuff I have going on is not partying. I need more partying. I really do, and I mean in a decent way, of course. But it's not for social reasons. It's always involving things on my to do list, the need to do. So, a lot of my lives are impromptu because I want to jump on there and get you in on and get you involved in what's going on and not miscommunicating with you. Okay, let's see. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Bonnie. Who bought you a wait? What did I miss? You're wonderful. I was talking to my husband about my paint issues. He bought you a horse and carriage. Okay, so I know. Are you talking about my vlog about the sensory and how I felt in the car? That's just true. As a matter of fact, that was a source of irritation for my husband. My complaining about the not smooth drive in the car, because thank you, because that's his baby. This car, out of all the cars we've had over the years, this car is his baby. So when I talk about the car not being a smooth ride or anything that's the slightest bit negative about the car, yeah, he goes quiet. So sometimes I'll say to him, if someone said something not so positive about me, do you go quiet or do you just like laugh? I'm such a troublemaker, you know? When am I going to learn? Yeah, that's what you were talking about, that car. Oh my goodness. So today I'm going to tell you the truth, and I typically don't, but since it's just a few of you on here, and even though it's public, this was definitely a flare day, definitely a flare day. So I don't usually have to take medications regularly. Yeah, I opened up my bottle of Advil, and I even took one of my Fibro meds that I stopped taking, because I woke up pretty crabby. So, I needed to get that straightened out. So, and that helps me. I feel I am blessed with the fact that Advil can help me. And I wish that other people were able to be helped so easily. I admit mine, so far, mine, I don't knock on wood because I don't believe on that in that. But if I was, I do know that I haven't made so far, even though I've had fibromyalgia for more than 25 years. It's not fun. Pain's pain and achy is achy and crabby is crabby. But I do realize that a lot of people have it really, really, really bad. And it's usually not just fibro, it's other things associated that give them pain. So I understand, and I my heart goes out to those people too. So let's see. Any more questions before I sign off? And did anybody go to Facebook to tell them that I'm on? Um, I'm not trying to send you anywhere. Everything that I do is from YouTube. So all of my vlogs and painting. Oh, and for those that don't know it, that happened on here, I do paint. I do painting with fibromyalgia. I'll put my picture here in place of my face as to show you real quick the kind of stuff we do, since this was just sitting here. So we paint these together. We paint those together. So, and my painting style is kind of loose so that we don't hurt. Um, and the reason I do that is because a lot of us get exhausted from painting, or we get achy from painting because we stay in one position and we don't take a break and we paint for 2 hours and then we're broken for a while. So I encourage breaks and all that. So if you want to learn how to paint, or you want to paint as a means of kind of a self therapy or whatever, join us in that. Okay. And watch my videos. And I'm going to remember to emphasize those kinds of things because I did more toward the beginning, and then I get like all caught up in the chat and forget to say, take a break. Now's the time to take a break, or now's the time to stop. And we're going to go to a part 2 of the same painting. Barb Moore. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you saw it. uh, oh no, Bonnie, you're in Facebook jail. Oh, so I don't understand that whole thing. Anyway, I don't think there's a YouTube jail. And if there is a YouTube jail, uh, don't demonstrate what it is because I don't want to know. I know that YouTube will punish people for breaking the rules as far as licenses and using people's music, already licensed music. They will pull a video down for that. So that's why you don't hear any background music because it's too much work to get stuff pulled down. It really is. Um, when I get overloaded with pain, okay, there's a question that Joanne is asking, and it might not be necessarily for me, but the question is, please, when you are overloaded with pain, how do you refresh yourself? Well, how I want to refresh myself is to go to the beach and walk on the wet sand and let the water rush up on my legs. But that doesn't happen, but maybe once a year. So be serious, Ange. Okay. So I try to get as close to that as possible. So I go sit in a tub of water with Epsom salt and smelly good essential oils, and shut the door. And if I really, really want to treat myself wonderfully, I'll light some candles, I'll turn off the lights, and I'll add some suds to that. So that's kind of how I do it. But because I get in the tub with Epsom salts and smelly good oil essential oils, um, that's becoming not as a wow as it used to be. It's becoming part of my regular ritual. My Epsom salts are scented with eucalyptus. Those are my favorite because it just feels and smells a sweet, healthy type smell. Okay, so that's my go-to. My tub is not like a really big, wonderful soaker tub. It's just a tub, and so it's not super long or super wide or anything wonderful or super deep, but just the water helps me a lot. And I think the smells and the scents, the what do you call it? Aromatherapy. That's it. I think that really helps me. Let's see, what else do I do to refresh myself? Getting on here, actually getting on. This sounds really crazy. Getting on here and talking to you guys does pick me up. And I think part of the reason why it picks me up is because, one, I'm talking to other people that have similar circumstances and similar interests and similar coping ways of coping. And two, it means I have to go and do my soaker bath and put my makeup on and do my hair and all of that stuff and smile. And believe it or not, I know from experience that when you force yourself to do all those things, it immediately kind of lifts you up. Is it refreshing? Well, in that sense that your mood is elevated, it's refreshing. And the other go to that I do is build myself up spiritually. Bible reading and prayer and talking to other people about God's purpose and all that. That's the number one most refreshing thing for me. So, and painting. How could I not say painting? Painting is also in there too, but I'm kind of giving you my uh those are the things that work for me. Spiritual number one, um, and then painting, and then just trying to uh look and feel good. Um, that all kind of helps with those endorphins, and those are those things. Let's see. But looking forward to the future, having a positive view of the future, that things aren't always going to be as chaotic as they are. That also helps. One day at a time also helps. Not having anxiety and worry about the future. We got enough today. So then to worry about tomorrow's anxiety. And that's scriptural. So those things help me too. So you got me preaching again. Any more questions? Uh, you like lavender? I like the lavender too. Supposedly, the lavender scent makes you relax and more sleepy. The citrus scents, the lemongrass, the orange, all of those types of scents are supposed to uh, perk you up a little bit. You know, they're more on the coffee side of it. So, and the eucalyptus just to me just is like makes me feel like I did something that's happy, healthy. It's a happy, healthy smell. Oh, okay. So Bonnie says she does something distracting like chatting or reading poetry, meditating, and those kinds of things. And those things help. Yeah, they really do help. So what you're meditating on helps. Don't meditate on negative things. That does not help. So the things that I was mentioning are positive things, uplifting things. Helping other people really helps. Have you ever visited somebody that was sick or someone that lost a close family member or whatever, and you did like a kind of that kind of a call, an actual visit, which, you know, I don't know, because of, you know, the media, it's different now. We don't do that as much. But you ever visit somebody that's sick or sick in the hospital and you come away feeling better than probably you made them feel. So actually doing for others, making other people feel good, trying to impact others in a positive way comes right back at us. It makes us feel better. If you're telling somebody what makes you feel good, it makes you feel good to tell somebody what makes you feel good. So, so that is actually a big key, which is probably why I feel better when I'm on here because I'm educating people about fibromyalgia, talking to people about how painting makes them feel better. And today's probably going to be my favorite vlog because I am encouraging people to think about taking care of their spiritual needs, which was not planned, but you know, it's the truth. And I always believe be truthful. You can't hide who you are. Okay, let's see. Waterfall tunes. Oh, on Kindle. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes forget about what I'm listening to. Like let's see. Music sometimes falls by the wayside, and music is very powerful. If you're listening to a positive type music, different genres. It could be classical, it could be country soul, it could be more of a spiritual kind of nature. Music is very powerful on the mood and refresh. It could be refreshing. It could do the other depending on what you're listening to, but it could be very refreshing. Uh, okay, let's see what else. Um, okay. All right. So I hope that helps, Joanne. I mean, what do you do to make yourself feel better? What do you do? What kind of distractions do you use to make yourself better? I'm curious. Have you tried any of the things that we're talking about? And let's see what Barb is saying. Okay, so yes, we do have posts about different feel good remedies in the group, and I stay away from what medications. Now, before we go, let this go. We have a video. If anybody's listening, take those tags off your pajamas. We have a video that I had posted. That's these two doctors that talk about fibromyalgia, and I don't think that's all they do, but there is a lot of that they do videos on fibromyalgia. And I happened to catch them once before this one that I posted. But this one that I posted goes so deep into it that I suggested that everybody watch it. And my next um, live will probably be about that video so that everybody could join in and talk about that video. But I was giving everybody enough opportunity to watch it. So if you look for it and you find it, say something on there. Oh, here it is, or this is the video we're supposed to watch, but we're not supposed to talk about it until our next YouTube chat. Go ahead and help me out with that because there are a lot of people that join that don't even know what I'm talking about if they're listening. Okay. Oh, sleep apnea is, I think my husband does too, but um, since this is live, I'm not going to talk about his issues because that's not fair. But a lot of people have sleep disorders. So just convince a man to finally check it out. That's challenging. I'll leave it at that. All right. Let's see. Anything else? I don't want to cut you guys short, but I don't want to make you feel like you have to be here so late. Getting him better PJs. Get him. That'd be a nice anniversary present. Oh, that's a good idea. Satiny guy PJs, if they're into PJs and that kind of stuff. Or if they even make them. I know they had that. What is that called? I can't remember. The Playboy Mansion guy. I think he had satiny robes. Wasn't he famous for that? Not that I was into that at all, but you know, who hasn't seen him before? I think he's long gone though. Anyway, um, suggestions. Barb and Melody, do you have suggestions for things to help during a flare? All right. So are you asking Barb and Melody if they have suggestions? Because I'm willing to hear anybody's suggestions. And if it works, I'll try it out. And if it works, I'll pass it along. Oh, all right. So, also listen to your body. Like, uh, listen to your body. You know, like if you try something and you learn that it didn't go well, don't do it again. And mine is this: I am not going to ever try to paint a wall ever again. Now, that doesn't mean don't do any exercise because you're going to feel sore from exercise. But there's certain activities that just are not good. And that's sustaining a bad position. And that's a biggie for painting. Sustaining a bad position, keeping your neck up so you could paint a wall for an extended period of time is not a good idea. So anything like that. But pay attention to yourself and what got you that flare in the first place. But I do plan on being outside and getting into some water. Swimming is my number one wonderful thing for exercise. I only get to do it 1 month out of 12. So ice packs are, yes, ice packs. They have found ice packs are better than heat. And sometimes we forget about ice. But ice packs are great for immediate, some immediate relief. I drink chamomile tea. There's something about chamomile tea that really works, and it works fast for me. And I know that there are placebos. So if you believe something works because it happened to work a few times in a row, just the belief that it works can work. So that's the placebo effect. And I used to think placebo effect meant um, in your crazy way that you believe something worked and it didn't work. And that's not what placebo effect means. It means that your belief that it worked helped it to work. So yeah, so there's a lot of things that we think in our heads we don't have it quite right. So if it has a placebo effect and it works, that's the thing. It's not what's in that pill or it's not in what in that ritual. It's the fact that it works. That's the point. So the less we rely on medication, the better, because what happens is you can end up building up a tolerance for certain medications. So if you go slow on that and not add those, um, easily add medications, you're better off because then you're dragging it out a little bit. If you could find other ways, other things that help you cope. Don't be so quick to add pain medications. I'm not talking about medications that you absolutely need, but I mean, don't be so quick to add that stuff if you can. And when I was first told that, I it kind of made me mad. And then, but I did drag it out longer just because I'm not a medicine person. And then when I tried a lot of medications, the side effects, they also made me a little mad because the side effect that bothered me the most was all of these medications caused headaches. And I never had headaches. Like, I typically didn't have headaches. So I was like, thank you for that. Thanks for adding headaches to the list of my symptoms. So I started them. I saw that. I took myself off of them. And I only use things PRN now. And PRN means as needed. And some of these medications, they will tell you it's the buildup of the medication that makes it work. Well, I do things the way I need to do things. So I'm just going to leave that at that. And you do things according to what you and your doctor decide on. So, oh, hi. And, oh, I didn't see you. Oh, I wish you could tell me how to pronounce your name. Phonetically put your name on here because I'm a good reader and I can't do it. Uh, Teophilia? Teophilia? I think that's how you say it. Um, but anyway, I'm so happy you joined us. Herbal tea with snake venom? What? And where do you get that from? That's supposed to be for your stomach? Wow. Um, yeah, I'm not going to talk down the specific medications, and I can't remember which one I was prescribed along that order, Barb. Um, was it that one? Anyway, one of them was an absolute no. I was walking like my legs were disconnected from my body. I was like walking into things and I was not dizzy. I just wasn't coordinated. And I thought, this is really bad. If this is having this kind of effect on my brain, sorry, I'm not taking one more. And I think I took, how many did I take of those? Two? Anyway, you guys that know me might know about that. I think I took two. And I said, nope, not doing that. Okay, so now it tastes good with honey. Okay, so what is that one of those naturalist doctors? Is that something you ordered on the internet, that tea? Ah, so let's see. Yeah, weight adds to pain. Yep. Oh, you didn't get notification, Mickey. I'm not going to stay on too long because I don't want to encourage people to stay up and lose sleep. Sleep. Oh, I should list these things. Lack of sleep adds to pain. So it prevents certain hormones from being produced that decrease pain. So if you guys are tired and want to get off of here, say, Angie, I had enough. Well, don't say that because that hurt my feelings. But don't be afraid to say goodnight. Yes, this was impromptu, Mickey. It was not planned. So what I do is I say on the group, gonna go live in a few, and it usually takes me more than a few to set this thing up. So, um, oh, he has videos. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for him. Uh, I'm gonna. You know what? Make a comment after this is over. Uh, Teophilia, make a comment with that person's name, so that I could look for him and see who you're talking about. But you have to do it after this chat is over with, and then it comes up as a video. So wait for to be processed as a video. So maybe tomorrow you could come back on and put in a comment who this is. Otherwise, it's going to be lost with the chat when the chat goes away. Wow, Melody. Woo. Yeah, that's a lot of these medications, a lot of pain medications are not meant for, I scrolled up and saw that, are not meant for are not, I'm laughing at something else I just read. Mickey, I'll get back to you. A lot of those medications are not meant for long term use. They're meant for like post surgery or things like that. Cancer treatment, pain. They're not meant for long term use. So read your inserts, do your homework before you get yourself in a pickle. And Mickey, yes, listen to yourself. Mickey is telling me to listen to myself because of my lack of sleep. And I work 12-hour night shift as an RN, so I can't change that. So what I did today was I kept that shift going. So I slept today. I'm going to be up tonight doing some things I need to do, and then I'm going to sleep all day tomorrow, and then I have 2 more nights to work. So that's my way of dealing with it. Is not flip flopping around if I could not. And some nights I do fight my sleep and I do have to work on that. So I humbly say, yes, you're right, Mickey. I have to listen to myself on those particular nights. Okay, so okay, you got that. Okay, am I saying your name right or wrong? Because I hate to mispronounce somebody's name. Okay. Yes, teas. I like teas. I forget about them. You know what I need to do? I need to write down all the things that help me. And I really am glad that you guys are bringing these things up because we forget. And with fibro, we forget. So it might be a good thing to write these things down and put them on the refrigerator. The baths I don't have to write down, but the teas and what kind of teas and whatever else that I already forgot that we talked about. I have to go back and write these things down. So, but these kind of things we can talk about in the group. We can talk about all the other things that we do. But when it comes to medicine, um, no, we tend to no that could get us in trouble. Also, if you are you uh, Teophilia? I hope I'm saying your name right. Let me see. Do 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 do. Anyway, um, uh, join our group. Um, ask Bonnie, if Bonnie is still on, how to join our group, and she'll give you the details. And so join our group. But and then you'll get a lot from that. You might have to want to start liking art though to qualify, because it's kind of an art group, but it's also a very encouraging group, and it's very upbeat, and it's hard to explain how that works. Even though it's a group of people with chronic pain, it's hard to explain how that works, but it works. Our group works. So ask the rest how to do that so they can break it down while you're still on chat, and we'll definitely let you in. The people we don't let in are people that are only getting on the group in order to put links, and there are no links allowed in the group. And the other people we don't let in on the group are people that, I don't know, they have ulterior motives for joining the group, and it's not because they like art, and it's not because they have pain and they want to be encouraging people. So somehow we can see that, because when we go and do the vetting on the Facebook pages, which is what we're supposed to do as group administrators, that's how we could pick up on those things. So even though people have different beliefs and live in different places and all that, that has nothing to do with it. But if you have a positive attitude and are into art and have chronic pain, then you're in. uh, okay, let's see. All right, let's see what else. Well, okay, you can be a poster artist. I missed the whole thing. I missed all of that. What are you guys saying? Let me see what you're saying. Ah, okay. We're talking about being careful with medications. I think I went too far back. I'm trying not to. Let's see. I did go too far back. Anyway, it had something to do with art, and I missed it. Okay. All right, guys. So it's midnight. I think I'm going to end it. I really care about all you guys' input. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to take it all into account. I'm just going to leave this up for a few more minutes if you wanted to chat more, because I want to scroll back and see if I missed anything, any questions that you guys had. So keep chatting for a few minutes, and I'm going to end it after I catch up. Let's see. I answered that. Ways we can deal with the pain besides medication. Um, Sleep apnea, things to do for flare, heat, ice, gaining weight on certain medications, snakes. What's supposed to be for long-term use. I don't think I missed too much. I think, and how to join the group. And you better clean up your profile first. No, you didn't bring up anything bad at all. If you did, I missed it. All righty. So, all right. Thanks everybody for joining. Hope I answered some questions. All right. Talk to you all, and you all have a good night. Okay. All righty. Thank you. Bye bye.